Okay, so here we are at Narm Studios, 10th of May, 11th, 12th and 13th of May, and possibly all week. I'll be recording here with Nick Allen, who owns the studio, with his band, who we're all members of course. His band's called Littlemen, and this will be our 5th or 6th album, I think. I can't remember. But I'm in teaching today, and I've set the kit up, and I'm going to go for this setup for this particular session, as I'm looking just for a different kind of drum sound, really. Usually I'd be using my DW collectors, so it'd be snare, toms and bass and everything, but I thought I would change it up a little bit and go for this sort of, it's not much of a hybrid really, it's 2 and 2. It's the Hitmaker snare drum along with the 22-inch DW collector's bass drum rather than the 18, which I'd normally be teaching with on a Sunday. But it is the sort of now getting more and more popular with people that know when I'm playing and stuff, is that I use these star toms, which are, I believe it was Tama before Tama became a thing, a proper thing in the 80s. Or was it late 70s or mid 70s? I'm not, gotta say, I'm not a massive Tama fan. Not because I don't think they're very good, it's because I've just not really played them very much, really, if I'm honest. On the Tama kits I have played, if it's been a higher kit or whatever, the toms have always been mounted up on the arm of the cymbal, and I don't like that. I'm a fan of the center post. Now, I know most people say, oh, well, the shell's been compromised, you know, they put this on there. But if you think about it, the shell's been compromised the minute anything's drilled into it. But I know people fiercely defend the, oh, I only have my toms mounted off of stands, you know. I mean, I don't mind it on a snare stand. It does suck up a bit of the sound, I have to say. But, you know, when they're coming off the side of, you know, a cymbal stand, like off the side of here or something, that is what I'm not a fan of. And one of the gigs I just did, I think it was in Serbia. Yes, it was, with Hugh Cornwall. I was playing with Hugh. We played a club. Zeppa, was it the Zeppa Club? Great club, great gig, great band. And Hugh was amazing. You know, Hugh Cornwall is a legend. And Pat Hughes on bass, fantastic. But yeah, the toms just kept springing about the place. And I did a gig, 3 gigs, or was it 2? 2 or 3 gigs at the Royal Festival Hall with Susie back in the day, just when I started my tenure with DW. And the kit I got from the London Drum Company, which is lovely, the 2 rack toms, the 12 and the 13, were mounted off stands, and they just bounced up and down the whole gig, and it was just a nightmare. And of course, Susie and the Banshee music is very tom heavy. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I'm wittering on here. But I'm afraid I am a fan of the center post or of a tom on a snare stand. That's my vibe. Anyway, so yes, Tama, great drums. But I think these were made in the 60s, 1967, these toms. The name is awful, isn't it? Star. And the logo is even worse. If I go under here, look, you'll see the logo. And that was on the bass drum. I've got a 22-inch bass drum that matches these toms. And yeah, well, it looks like a school or a kid's drum kit, doesn't it, really, that logo? Anyway, they're great shells. Are they mahogany? I don't know what they are. But they're really very, very nice. And I'm going to use those, the 12 and the 14, along with the 22-inch DW and the 14x7 DW snare drum. They're all collector shells and broken glass sparkle. That's going to be my kit. And most of the time when I'm gigging with Littlemen these days, not that we play that much, but when we do, I usually just take out 2 toms anyway. Now, I'm filming this today. I might get a change of heart, go home and bring the 12-inch collectors and the 14-inch collectors tomorrow. I might still do that anyway, just to change them up. But to start with, this is what I'm going with. So I'll come around here. I'm just waiting for a student to show up, actually. They're a little bit late. But anyway, let's have a look. If they come in, I'll stop filming and that'll be that. Or he'll be part of the film. So that's what I'm doing. The snare won't be put round that way. Obviously, I'll put it round for my traditional grip. But that's what we got from the rear side of the drums. And again, we're going for the Vulcan setup of 14-inch Legend top. And it'll be 14 Dark Master underneath. I love that. And again, these cymbals might change. I'll bring some more tomorrow. But I've got the Dark Master here. That's a 17, I think, or an 18. Can't remember. And this side, we've got the one that was specially made for me, which people think I signed my own name on. I didn't sign my own name. You know who you are. I didn't sign it. Honestly, I did not. So that the person in question did actually make me at a gig sign my name, and I do actually write Rob a little bit like that, I have to say. But it says Rob the Master. I don't know, Master Chef. I don't know. I'm not a master of anything, but there we go. But it's a very nice ride. It's a hybrid sort of, well, it's a one-off ride, yeah. Yeah, it's machined on the top, but not on the bottom or on the underside. And here we've got the Vulcan 18-inch crash, which is one of my favorite crash cymbals ever. And I've got to say, it sounds corny, and anyone talking about their cymbals online will say they're the best, but you know, I really can't complain about that. The Vulcan stuff is amazing. Very, very happy with it. Let's just show the underside of that ride. Look at all that stuff over there. All this stuff. Drums of leads and stuff, all for the session. It's a bit messy in here today, but I'll tidy it up a bit later on. And George will be in tomorrow to mic everything up. And we've got Phil Andrews, who's going to be engineering. And that's the underside. So it's not machined. See, it's all hammered and stuff. And I'll be doing some clips after my students have finished today. I'll be doing some clips with this setup. So they'll become my reels and shorts for this week. So when you watch those on my Instagram, on my YouTube, I'll be using this kit. I just wanted to give you a little look of what it looks like when it's just set up like this. I'll do some more filming with this, not later on today, be tomorrow morning, Monday morning, start of the session. So anyway, this is how it starts. And so it begins. Okay, so here we are on the Monday morning. All the mics are set up. George has been in and set the mics up, looking good. That's a cymbal stand, Rob. That is not a microphone. That's where they pay me the big bucks. So here's our ambient mics. Very neatly done here. Now we saw this in the clip earlier where there were no microphones on the kit, not even any microphone stands, and now it's all set up. I've kept the kit as it was. I did do a few shorts yesterday, and I put a Dark Master ride on here, so people watching on my YouTube and Instagram, you'd have seen that. So that's what's going on there. But I kept the toms the same, just changed the angles a little bit. Needs to do a bit of tweaking on the snare drum. But yeah, we've got the ride spot mics there, lovely. Just one mic on the bass drum. You know, so many different techniques, so many clips and photos I post. People have two bass mics, one in, one out, one over, you know, back here somewhere. Or even further sometimes, maybe over here. So yeah, so here we are. So we're going to start tracking today. It's Monday the 11th of April. And we're in for 3 days, possibly 4, possibly 5. But Nick owns the studio, so we can take as long as we want, which is great. And upstairs we've got Nick, and I'll take you up to introduce you to the guys later. Obviously Nick's upstairs. Left hand, the keyboard player, has just shot off to get his son to school. We'll take his son to school. And yeah, I'm just waiting for them to plumb everything in, and I'll be sound checking. And I think the first song we're going to start with is a track called What to Do, which is kind of like a shuffly kind of 70s Slade kind of vibe, if I had to put a glam rock type vibe, you know. So yeah, so that's what we'll be doing. So there's the setup. We got snare top, and snare bottom. I don't usually mic the bottom anymore, if I'm honest. I usually just do the shell these days, which I know you've seen on other videos, but you know, each to their own, it's no big thing. We've got a hi-hat mic as well, because there wasn't one on there earlier, so that's cool. Okay, and we got our overheads, of course, which are up here. Lovely. All right, so there we go. So that's that. So I'll leave you there for a second, and then I'll restart when we've got something else to look at. Ready when you are, sir. Could you turn the track up a bit more, please, Phil? Yeah, just maybe turn the track up a wee bit, maybe, please. Yeah, more than that, please, Phil. That snare. Oh. Almost. But do you see what I mean about that drive, though? If the drums keep driving, it's better, isn't it, than doing all the, all that, Keeping the drum, yeah. All right. That felt really good. I'll come up.
And that's how you do it. That's right.